Big news is shaking up the car world. Dodge, Ram, and Jeep brands we all know and love are facing tough times. Sales are down, and they're trying to fix things by offering cheap deals. The government is even stepping in to help, hoping to stop what could be a major shutdown. Now, you might think, isn't the car industry always going up and down? And you'd be right. But when sales start dropping, it often means something bigger is happening. It's like a stone thrown in a pond. The ripples spread far and wide. Let's break it down. The company behind these famous brands, formed when Fiat Chrysler joined with PSA Group, is really struggling. In early 2024, their money coming in dropped by 12%, down to $41.7 billion. That's a huge fall, and it means they need to make some hard choices. Here's where it gets interesting. Jeep and Ram have been trying to go upscale, making fancier, more expensive cars. They've got a new Grand Cherokee that costs $67,000. That's a lot for an SUV. But it looks like people aren't buying it, literally. Hey, if you're finding this interesting, why not hit that subscribe button? It really helps the channel, and you'll get more car news and analysis like this. Now, back to our story. When you walk into a Dodge, Ram, or Chrysler showroom these days, it's like stepping into a different world. The prices keep going up, and it's making people wonder if regular folks can even afford these cars anymore. Take the Jeep Compass. The basic model now costs $47,000. That's not pocket change. And it's not just the everyday cars feeling the pinch. Even the cool muscle cars like Chargers and Challengers are seeing sales drop by 11% and 34%. It looks like the days of affordable fast cars might be ending. So, what's really going on here? Some experts think it's because European companies now own these American brands. They might not understand what US buyers want. The new owners are making some big, risky moves, and it could put these beloved brands in danger. They're betting big on electric cars, following what's popular in Europe. But in North America, where we drive long distances and have extreme weather, people might not be ready for all-electric vehicles yet. But here's the thing, they're not giving up. The company is investing a lot in developing electric vehicles. They want to have 75 different electric models by 2030. They've already got some promising ones, like the Jeep Wrangler 4xe plug-in hybrid. It's a mix of off-road toughness and being good for the environment. The big question is, can they find the right balance? Can they make electric cars people want while still selling their traditional gas-powered models? It's a tricky dance, but if they get it right, they might come out on top. What's really at stake here is more than just selling cars. It's about changing how people see these famous brands. When Jeep, Ram, and the others start loading their cars with fancy features, they're not just selling transportation. They're selling a whole lifestyle, an adventure wrapped in luxury. Think about it. When someone spends $67,000 on a fancy Grand Cherokee, they're not just buying a car. They're buying the idea of conquering both city streets and wild trails, all while surrounded by comfort. It's a big gamble for the company. If it works, we might see these brands competing with the fanciest names in the car world. But right now, it doesn't seem to be working out as they hoped. The cost of living is going up for everyone, and it's making it harder for people to buy new cars. But instead of making their cars more affordable, the company seems to be going the other way. They're focusing on premium experiences, hoping people will still pay top dollar for that sense of adventure and luxury. There could be some benefits to this strategy. By focusing on expensive cars, they can make more money on each one they sell. And if they're making fewer cars, they might be able to save money on production costs. But will this gamble pay off? Or will they end up losing customers? The numbers don't look good. In 2024, the company had to let go of workers at factories across the US, from factory workers all the way up to top executives. Some people think they're doing this to free up money for their electric car plans. But without skilled workers, those new electric cars and trucks can't build themselves. It's a tough situation that's got the company in a tight spot. The federal government has stepped in with $1.7 billion to try and help the company. But is that enough to turn things around? The sales numbers for all their brands, from Jeeps and Rams to family-friendly minivans, are looking pretty bad. So what's the solution? The company and the government need to figure out what customers really want. Expensive hybrids and electric cars might not be the answer, especially when even their regular gas-powered cars are struggling to sell. The truth is, it's not a simple problem with a simple answer. There's a lot to consider. But one thing's for sure, the future of these iconic American car brands is hanging in the balance. These guys are really taking big risks, and you have to respect that kind of bravery. But there are concerns. Are they trying to do too much at once with their 14 different brands? Each brand needs its own unique electric identity. Imagine a boring electric Fiat trying to compete with the excitement of a Dodge Charger, it just wouldn't work. Then there's the problem of charging stations. The company is working on building their own network, but will it be enough to make people feel comfortable buying electric cars? If drivers aren't sure they can charge their cars on long trips, they might not want to buy them. And let's not forget about performance. While some of their electric cars, like the Peugeot E208, have been praised for quick acceleration, others might not excite true car enthusiasts. They need to make electric cars that not only save the planet but also get your heart racing. So, can they find the perfect balance? They've got the resources, the commitment, and some exciting electric vehicles already. But to really win over drivers, they'll need to address these potential problems. One major factor that makes this situation even more complex is competition. The electric car market is in the middle of a fierce price war. It's a tough world where profits are small, and the big car companies are in a difficult situation. They're relying on their gas-powered cars to make money to fund their electric car plans, but those electric ventures are costing a lot of money. While most companies are struggling, Tesla is doing really well. They have a secret weapon that's giving them a big advantage. Tesla can make electric cars much cheaper than other companies. They spend only about $30,000 per car on key parts like glass, batteries, wheels, and tires. Other electric car makers are spending $177,000 more per car for the same stuff. Tesla is using this cost advantage to lower their prices a lot, forcing other companies to try to keep up. It's like a high-stakes game of car company one-upmanship. Remember early 2023 when Tesla dropped their prices by 20% on some models? It sent shockwaves through the electric car market. It was great for Tesla fans, but not so great for everyone else. Profits got squeezed tight, and it wasn't just the car makers feeling the pinch. Even the companies that supply parts found themselves in a tough spot. So what's a traditional car company to do in this crazy electric car world? They're trying everything, big discounts, aggressive pricing, you name it. But at what cost? They're feeling the pain in their wallets. They can't do what Tesla's doing, but they can't just let their customers go to other brands either. That's one of the big reasons why they're focusing on high-end, expensive cars. Desperate times call for desperate measures, right? Think about it. You're lowering prices left and right, but the cost of actually building these high-tech marvels isn't getting any cheaper. It's like trying to fill a bathtub while the drain's wide open, exhausting and ultimately pointless. This financial squeeze is making it hard for the company to invest in the future. And in an industry that moves faster than a rocket, falling behind in research and development is like admitting defeat. But this price war isn't just hitting them in the wallet, it's messing with everything. Some people are saying it's already a lost fight. While that's still up for debate, there's definitely some truth to it. The company knows they need to optimize their production and supply chain. It's like taking a race car, stripping out every unnecessary pound, and then fine-tuning it to perfection. By finding those little pockets of efficiency and tightening things up, they can cut costs without sacrificing their legendary quality. They could also try to conquer new markets. Maybe there's a less crowded market out there, a little niche that they can dominate. Or perhaps there's a booming segment like premium SUVs or electric trucks where they can plant their flag and become the king of the hill. Remember that whole Jeep electrification strategy? That's exactly the kind of bold move I'm talking about, a brilliant plan to position themselves as a leader in the electric vehicle race. But here's the thing, these options only look good on paper. People are already calling it a lost cause, and while that's still up for debate, there's definitely some truth to it. Some analysts are saying they need to ditch the old lowest price wins strategy and start shouting about their great history, cutting-edge designs, and focus on quality. Imagine premium SUVs packed with game-changing features that make your daily drive feel like a luxury cruise. We're talking advanced driver assistance systems that practically drive themselves, and fuel efficiency that'll have you smiling, or at least frowning less, at the gas pump. But what are their customers saying? When it comes to reliability, the company has been a bit hit and miss lately. It's been a roller coaster ride of both wins and losses. Take Dodge, for example. According to a recent J.D. Power study, these muscle cars are beating the odds and doing better than average when it comes to dependability. On average, Dodge vehicles have only 172 problems per 100 vehicles, which is better than the industry standard of 186. Can you imagine cruising down the highway in your Dodge Charger, with that iconic Hellcat engine roaring under the hood, and feeling confident that you're less likely to have any annoying mechanical issues? It's like a dream come true for car enthusiasts. But while Dodge might be doing better than expected, they're still behind some key rivals. Brands like Kia and Toyota consistently rank higher in reliability surveys. And let's not forget about Lexus, the king of dependability, with an impressive 133 problems per 100 vehicles. That's some serious automotive peace of mind right there. Even Dodge's American counterpart, Chevrolet, beats them when it comes to reliability. And what about those Ram trucks? Well, the picture gets a little blurrier there. Ram trucks hover just below the industry average, with reports of around 189 problems per 100 vehicles. Not terrible, but not exactly stellar either. So the company has some work to do to really cement their reputation for reliability and quality. And let's not forget about Jeeps, those legendary off-road beasts that'll conquer terrain most vehicles wouldn't dare to touch. But here's the catch, my friends. With great off-road prowess often comes a few reliability gremlins. Jeep owners are hardcore fans, usually willing to trade a couple of potential headaches for the sheer thrill of dominating any trail that dares to cross their path. But even the most die-hard Jeep enthusiasts have their limits, and it seems like the brand is pushing those boundaries a bit too far lately. Just take a look at the recent recall of over 211,000 Jeep SUVs and pickup trucks. The culprit? A software malfunction affecting the all-important electronic stability control system, a crucial safety feature that keeps those burly Jeeps from taking a nasty tumble on rocky roads. And let's talk about the Wrangler, which hasn't exactly been without its fair share of challenges. There's that dreaded death wobble. Imagine you're cruising down the highway, minding your own business, when suddenly your Jeep starts shaking like a wild bronco. Not exactly a relaxing drive, is it? The experts have done their homework, and it turns out this nasty little problem is often caused by worn or damaged front-end components like the track bar, tie rods, ball joints, or steering linkage. Jeep has even stepped up with some technical guidance to help tackle the issue, but the results have been a bit of a mixed bag. Some folks report temporary relief, while others just can't seem to shake the wobble for good. And if the death wobble wasn't enough to keep you up at night, there are also some broader reliability concerns to consider. According to the data hounds at J.D. Power, the Wrangler consistently ranks below average when it comes to overall dependability. We're talking everything from electrical gremlins to powertrain problems. Not exactly the kind of thing you want to be dealing with in your daily driver. So, sticking to their reputation might be a bad idea, because it might as well go downhill if they keep doing this. But what do you think? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.